Hello, everyone, and welcome. We're going to take a deeper dive into the Warhammer Skulls showcase, and my encoding is going nuts, man. I can't do anything with Discord. Alright, so the first thing we want to check out is this new game coming from Owlcat, right? Alright, so this is our Inquisition guy.
Which, that's such a cool, I thought when I saw that set of armor, I thought that was a Blood Angels thing.
Oh, okay.
But no, he's an Inquisitor that has that level of power armor.
And so, in terms of gameplay, you probably know more what this game's going to be, but I understand that it's a co-op game, right?
Really? Okay, because I thought it was going to be similar to Rogue Trader, where it's a turn-based game with portions where you're also doing a whole lot of CRPG story stuff of just go talk to people, go investigate, and especially it being a Inquisitor focused game, this is going to be a detective game at its core.
That's so cool. Yeah, on Steam, right here, it says online co-op, single player online co-op, and controller support.
Maybe they're gonna handle it basically like Baldur's Gate, where it's just like, hey, you want to play this character for me?
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm down. I am definitely down for this game. I'm so in.
It's super cool. Well, co-op turn-based is already just cool on its own, and the setting for this is just so cool.
Okay, so we're really in for it then.
Oh fucking god!
Wait, let's go back.
Chaos faction.
That's look at him.
That's a fucking Night Lord.
Okay. And this is something I'm unfamiliar with then.
So, Night Lords have never had a game. They've never had a video game that features them.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's so fucking cool.
What is going on with his gun, by the way? He's got like a...
So, he's got a bolter with a bayonet on it.
Okay.
And you see how he has the little tapestry, sort of loincloth thing?
Yeah.
That's made of people.
What?
The Night Lords are known for skinning people and wearing them as accessories.
Oh no! I mean, most people just wear skulls like normal people, but you know, the fucking the skin is a bit too much, sir. My God.
The Night Lords are some fuckers. Oh,
he's head popping.
Awesome.
Oh my God! Look at his he's got like a skull design on his mask with fangs.
Yep.
So are these guys gonna be like spiritual dust inside, or are they like actual people inside that?
Oh, they're real people. They're real people.
Right. They're not the same as Thousand Suns.
Only for Thousand Suns.
Okay.
And the Night Lords are weird, where Thousand Suns, they have a god that they serve. They serve Zinch, say Death Guard serve Nurgle, World Eaters serve Khorne. Night Lords don't fucking care. They don't serve any Chaos God in particular, and barring that, they don't even serve the greater Chaos factions in general. They just hate the Imperium and are like, fuck it, we ball. They don't give a fuck.
Okay, alright. Interesting. I'm here for it. Let's see what else we got here.
Every soul, every dark secret.
Also, this animation is really good.
It is rad. I love the cel-shaded style to it. That is so cool looking.
All will fall into the damnation.
Okay, so what I'm understanding is that because it's a 4-player co-op, these are the classes that were... So we might
okay,
have to pan
that
to
makes
the
more sense, yeah.
gameplay to help us understand. We'll look at like maybe a shot here of the characters and maybe. Okay, is this? So is this? Wait. No, that's not the desert planet that we're on, is it? From Space Marine 2?
That's...
It looks very familiar.
This is just a... Well, the thing is, the hive cities across multiple different planets all look similar, where you've got that big surrounding ring all the way up to the spire. So many hive cities look like this. I'm not sure what particular hive city this is.
Okay. Dark Heresy.
I am now way more excited for this game.
Okay, so
pause here. Yeah.
Now we can...
So let's take a look here. So in the far back, we've got our big Ogren guy that we know from Darktide.
Okay.
Off to the Ogren's left, the person with the magical staff, that's an Eldari space elf.
Oh.
So they're going to be like your caster mage character, whereas the Ogren's going to be your tank. The person with the mechanical hand there, she's probably going to be your medic support character.
Okay. Yeah, she has like a syringe coming out of this hand, right? Oh boy.
Yeah. So I wonder, like, when I saw her in the silhouette, it was like, is that a fucking Calidus assassin? Like, are we going there? All right. But no, she seems to be just more med officer more than anything. Guy in front of her with the red bandana and the knife, that's a Catachan guardsman. So basically they're Rambo guys. That's their whole thing.
I picked that up immediately.
The thing beside him in the front with the rifle, that is a Kroot. Which the Kroot are a subsection of a faction called the Tau. I don't think we've ever talked about the Tau. The Tau are interesting. And this is also very interesting because we've got human, abhuman with the Ogren, and then two very much alien characters. Right. So we're dealing with some shit if the Inquisition's like, all right, you're allowed to bring the aliens along with you. Because they really don't like doing that.
Like, no. Wow. And our guy in the middle?
Our guy in the middle is the Inquisitor.
Makes sense.
That's what an Inquisitor looks like. So I'm guessing the guy in armor that's in the trailer here, he might be a higher ranked Inquisitor who's basically giving you, the main player character who will be the Inquisitor there with the sort of coat and the bolt gun, he will be giving that character orders and being like, all right, there's some nonsense going on. Can you go solve it, please? So, and then this is your ragtag group of people that we get to play for, to kind of like, all right, how do we deal with the stuff that's coming at us? Yeah. And that's coming to PC and PlayStation and Xbox consoles.
GOG, yeah, everything. That's dope. I'm excited for this one.
Fuck yeah. I honestly had not seen, I had just seen pictures of this. I had not seen the shot with the Night Lords. I probably blew your audio out. I'm so sorry. I got really excited.
That's so cool. Okay, and then I think... Yeah, they go into concept art here.
Yeah, they go into...
Do we want to take a look at this or keep going?
And head of the team responsible for the storylines of both Rock Trader and the upcoming Dark Heresy games.
Okay, so she wrote Rogue Trader as well. Cool, so they're kind of, it's the same writer, which that's pretty cool because I've heard that.
Oh wow!
I
So
haven't
they
yet
made this
simply
game
played
because it won a poll? Come on, guys!
Wow,
Really?
It won. Like, look at that.
Look at how big it won.
166 against a Deathwatch game, a Black Crusade game,
My God.
Imperium Maledictum game. Yeah, so it won hand and fist above all these others. God damn.
Dark Heresy is the best bet. Stars an acolyte, become an interrogator, and eventually an inquisitor in your own right. Huh.
There you go. So that will be kind of the game, is working your way up the ladder of the Inquisition's hierarchy.
That's insane that they're posting this, and they scrolled over this real fast.
Yeah, that they were like, oh, we kind of decided what game to make next through a poll from our community.
And a poll that just succeeded massively. Really hope Owlcat will give us Dark Heresy or a Black Crusade game. I just want Dark Heresy. What's next for 40k RPG for Owlcat? Yeah, there you go.
As huge Warhammer fans ourselves, we
That's so
long
cool.
dreamed of bringing this game to life as a CRPG, and here we are. We are excited to deliver darker and more personal experience to our fans.
Man, that art is sick.
There's your Inquisitor.
Thrilling investigations, tough narrative choices, and an inside look at one of the most secret
So,
organizations.
investigations, agonizing choices, like this.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't play
very
Baldur's
much-
Gate, but I mean, is that kind of par for the course?
Basically, yeah, and especially from, I believe you get even more of that the deeper you go into Rogue Trader.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah.
this game is going to be probably a bit more like, kind of not sure how to phrase this correctly, where Rogue Trader is much more about you going on an adventure and like discovering new things and exploring the galaxy and gaining more assets for you, the Rogue Trader.
Mm-hmm.
This game, I feel like, is going to be much more of like, as I kind of said earlier on, a detective game.
Yeah.
Like, solve the problem. There is a problem going on. I'm tasking you, Acolyte, and then further and further up the chain to solve this game. Like, we are reporting to the man in the wig here.
Yeah, which, by the way, this armor is sick.
That's some sad. I don't think that's even a model on the tabletop, is this armor set. I've never seen this before.
In the
There you
Warhammer
have it.
universe,
Huh.
the Inquisition. To learn more about our game and follow the latest updates, please visit our website and follow our
Yeah,
socials.
and they're gonna keep
We can't
keep
wait to
people
welcome
posted
you
with
there. See
updates
you
on their
soon.
socials. Cool.
That's crazy. Darkheresy.owlcat.games. There you go. Okay, so
Very cool.
see what they got next. Yeah. So this is our.
So this is the DLC for
which is
their
what I was
current
expecting
game.
when I saw Owlcat. But not a whole new game. They've secretly been working on, I guess. Alright, new expansion. Okay, so what's going on here with Judge Dredd and his dog here?
100% Judge Dredd. So these are the Arbites. They are.
Oh, I've been
the
saying
space
it wrong, of
cops,
course,
and
yeah.
They are very much inspired by Judge Dredd. Like, this guy doesn't even have the helmet on. They wear a helmet that looks like Judge Dredd.
We'll see that in the Dark Tide trailer, I think.
In the Dark Tide trailer.
Yeah,
So it's interesting that both the both Rogue Trader and Dark Tide are getting a new character that is an Arbites officer. And they both seem to have the same system of the character has a bunch of stuff that they can do, and also RoboDog is here.
Mm-hmm. And is there a real dog in there somewhere, or is it entirely robotic?
What I understand about the Cyber Mastiffs is that, at least from the first game that kind of had them in them, which was Necromunda Hired Gun, is that originally it is a real dog, and then you basically start cyberpunking your dog and adding more and more and more into your dog until it becomes RoboDog.
So it's not like a dog that got injured or something. It's just like, I just want to give him metal legs.
I want a more powerful dog, so I will give him armor and cybernetics and all these other things.
The dog is just like, what are you doing to me? Oh no.
So, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Just taking things down. You got your shield. Okay, and then they added a new archetype, right? Like Overseer here. Right. There, yeah, we got this guy. And he's got a Robo Bird.
The Cyber Falcon.
Yeah, come on. What the... I guess everything can be tricked out with cybernetics. No, you know, there's babies,
now,
there's...
I feel like
nothing's off the table. Yeah.
The Cyberhawk there was always robotic. Like, it was not a hawk that they bolted stuff onto. He was always a robot.
Okay, fair enough. It's so cool, though. So, a new archetype, what does that mean? Because I only played, like, I did, like, the first 3-hour tutorial. I don't think I even escaped the tutorial in the 3 hours that I played or so.
See, I'm in the same boat where I haven't even purchased the game yet. So I almost know less.
We might need to dip in further. Yeah. No, it was so overwhelming. Like, as a streamer, it was so much to read aloud. Like, I was trying to read the dialogue. I was trying to read, like, tutorials out loud. And I was like, dude, after 3 hours, I'm hoarse. I'm getting a headache because it's so much information coming in. Like, I'm learning all this stuff. I'm like, oh, my God. So, I guess maybe this is, like, a new playable character for your little squad of people as you're out exploring and trading, battling, or whatever.
Yes, and it's possible also that it might be a, like, hey, take, say, a guardsman character, and this is a tech tree upgrade to him to change him into an overseer.
Yeah, I think there might be a priority to return to this game and see what I can do. I'd like to play it. Oh, dude, the dog just biting people. New tools. We got the shield, shield bash. A shotgun.
Your RBD shotgun, right?
Yeah, we got our other characters. Right. Ace the Emperor's Justice. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh boy.
Oh no! No, we can't just gloss over that. That's so.
As soon as I saw like that, and then it was like, oh, okay, so it's a trial.
Yeah.
And then I think it's the shot of the cannon folding out to meet him.
That's how quick they're like sentencing. Immediate sentencing. Like, we're not gonna give you like 3 weeks in a jail cell.
Tickets and 40K are rough.
I was like, why is he on this little throne? He must be like a special guy. That was my first reaction. But now that I've seen this on a deeper level here, yeah, we can clearly tell that the scales of justice went one way, and now this. Yeah. And now the gun. You know those cables are like linked up to the gun, so that when the scale tilts a certain way, the gun shows up. That's so crazy, dude. Oh no. Oh, June 24th. That's the Lex Imperialis. And of course here We see him with the helmet on and everything. Very Judge
Yes.
Dredd, but
Yes.
40K. But make it 40K.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much so.
Oh my god. And then season pass with like customizations. Okay, so hairstyles. And then
DLC 3 and 4.
This
with
roadmap,
each
brother.
15 hours.
Why does it keep coming up? Yeah. This game's never gonna end. I haven't even done the campaign.
The baseline game, I believe, has 130 hours of content. So they are saying that the next expansions 3 and 4 are another 30, and potentially this what is DLC 2 expansion is maybe another 15. So this game is ramping up towards 200 hours already, and they're also making a new game.
Oh, brother. That's crazy. And new locations, new mechanics, new companion with each expansion.
With each expansion, you're getting a new character, yeah.
Listen, they scrolled through that way too fast for me to even process what that meant. Oh my god. That's crazy. Alright, cool. Well, Owlcat is cooking. They have definitely not been slacking. Let's see, some card games. I wanted to ask if you knew anything about this one with the mages and the guy with the snake staff. I don't know if that's...
So, this is Warhammer Fantasy. I believe this is the Warhammer Fantasy card game. I think there's like 3 different card games. Because there's one for Fantasy. So that's a DLC for Warhammer 3.
Okay.
So that's the next expansion for Total Warhammer 3. So that will add a new faction for Warhammer 3, and usually includes stuff for prior factions. And the way that Total Warhammer expansions go is that new thing comes out in the paid DLC. If you get it, you often also get additional content for stuff that you already own. So say an expansion will come out for, say, the orcs, but then it will also have stuff for the high elves as well.
Okay. Let's see. I had a lot of people both in my chat while I was live streaming this, but also when I was watching the live stream of this, they were like, please make 40K Total War.
Well, yeah. It's a thing that they always want, but...
Yeah.
In concept, it's really cool. In execution, it would be very difficult because 40K is such a artillery and guns focused thing, which is very hard to do in the Total Warhammer engine.
They'd have to like they'd have to make an engine, or maybe just start from scratch, essentially, if they wanted to go that
and
that
at
angle.
that point, I'd honestly much prefer just a new what the hell is the I just prefer a new Dawn of War game at that point. Like I'd want a Dawn of War game at the scale of Total Warhammer.
Okay. Yeah. Dig that. Now listen, I gotta ask you about this, because this segment had really cool scenes. Yeah. Listen, I was like, I'm on board. Whatever this is, it looks great. You know. And I was like, okay, yeah, this guy looks cool.
Custodians show up, and it's like, holy shit, that's a fucking custodian.
Yeah. And then this guy with the dual power swords, is he also
the blade guard?
Is he also part
He's
of
custodian as well?
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is sick. Dude's duking it out. Oh, we cut his throat. Wow. And then it's
Join Tacticus. Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm happy you paused right here because I want to talk about all the things that we can see right here.
Okay.
Where we can see two custodians. We can see the banner carrier and the blade guard.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy in the bottom left, I believe, is the custodian's commanding officer.
Okay.
Like the captain general, the highest ranked guy in the entire custodial force. And
Holy
they're facing off against, I believe that's an avatar of Cain from the Eldari, which is a really powerful like character in the 40K universe. Yet we stop focusing in on the minute details and pull back to see, oh, this is a phone game.
Yeah.
So, great. Thank you.
And it's not even like a deep phone game. Like, it's not like, oh, there's so many like tactical decisions that you can make, and you have, the XCOM level of control over your characters and where they go and what they do. No, it's just click the little hexagon and then click one of your few abilities that you have and just activate it, and you pretty much win. Like, there's no like RTS level of strategy or whatever to this game. It's almost a gacha game with Warhammer in it because you're trying to collect all the characters.
It's not
officially
gacha game system, but it's closer to like a Clash of Clans design where you're fighting against more the constant daily timers and stuff like that.
So fun.
I've never played Tacticus, and I don't want to. I've only watched like a couple videos talking about it. And again, like you said, Aaron, they get you in with those cool CG trailers.
They really did.
The game and go, where'd it go? You spent all the money on the CG trailer.
They really did. They really did. Yeah, not too crazy about Tacticus, but we deserve better. This looks so cool.
That's not. I don't believe that's Trajan. That's a different Captain General. But that's the fucking Captain General. I have that model. It's really cool. Bunch of bullshit.
Uh-oh, hang on.
We're fighting. Okay.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Else. You see that thing? That thing is Magnus the Red. That is the leader of the Thousand Sons. Like, and I have Magnus, the physical model. He's really fucking cool. This is disgusting. The fact that the way that you get to fight Magnus in a boss fight is through this game? Nah, Chief. No,
please.
I'm proper mad.
They're literally putting the coolest shit in this game.
Yeah.
I wish there was like a better game behind this because I'd totally be down, man.
Nope.
It's like everybody's in it. Like all the different chapters. Titus is unlockable. Like, I mean, you could just be anyone that you want to be.
Yep.
Yeah, they really went all in on these cutscenes because once it switches to gameplay, you're just like...
Nope.
And you just pick like where you want your attack to go. That's it. Yeah.
We can see our Scarab Terminators, which we know what they're like to fight in Space Marine 2. And here they are. They're just hanging out.
But wait, is this gun's different than what they have, right?
It is the same. It is the Stormbolter where it's the two barrels. I think some of the Terminators in Space Marine 2 have the Stormbolter and then the Power Kofesh.
Yeah.
But some of them have the Gatling cannon instead. But the thing is, the scaling, the way the camera works, everybody's weapons are physically bigger because they need to be able to show up visually easier to read on a phone screen.
Right. I see that now. They do look kind of like comically huge. Because looking at all the, I guess that's Cadians right here. Is that what these guys are?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Cadian Guardsmen.
Goodness sake. and okay, we know the Red Boys, right? These were in Space Marine 1, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but they're in Tacticus, dude, so don't worry, don't worry.
Oh my fucking god.
They're literally showing...
Are you fucking serious?
Wait. Okay, so first one.
So,
yeah.
Number 1. This is the Silent King. He is one of the most powerful Necron characters in the known universe. He is a really well-written character as well in his entire book trilogy, I believe, at this point. And here we get to fight him as a boss fight in a phone game.
In a phone game. Just click on his tile and then click your attack, and there you go. There you go.
And then next one here... I believe it's not this scene, but it's the next scene. That's the Avatar Kane. We've seen him before.
Yeah. This guy?
Here, that's Primarch Mortarion, the leader of the Death Guard.
Oh, shit.
One of the most, like, he's comparable power level to Magnus the Red, the leader of the Thousand Sons, but in some regards, I'm not sure, because there's lore power level and tabletop power level, and they're always different. Mortarion's really cool. Like, he's just a giant pestilent demon that flies around on these, like, wings. I really like Mortarion. I also have Mortarion's model. And here we are fighting him in a phone game.
In a phone game.
To be fair,
just once again.
There is another game where you can fight him that is an actual real game.
Real game. Not a time management game. Can you log in every day at the same time and do the same thing? Give us money.
He's gonna make me mad.
Once again, the cutscenes are fire. Like, and so is that a power axe as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, dual swords. We got power axe.
Not only is that a power axe, that is the special. The custodians have a special set of weapons that are only for them. So that power axe also has, behind where you see, like, say, the wings of the golden eagle, is basically a bolter built into that thing. What? So it kind of works in both regards, where you can hack at people with the axe, but then also level it and point it and shoot with a bolter that is stronger than most bolters that most Marines have. Like, only captains and stuff like that are comparable.
Huh. It's so cool.
Like, the custodians are the best of the best. They are the Emperor's Royal Guard, so they get the best stuff.
And what about this guy with the staff?
They're available.
What's going on with this?
Yeah, he's got the banner I don't know what the banner itself, what special powers it has, but it definitely has some, and he's got the tower shield as well.
Yeah, because I was kind of thinking, like, what could they add to the bulwark in terms of, like, weapons and stuff? Like, you know, maybe a one-handed power axe, or maybe something like that. I don't know what that would do.
I think we'll get a one-handed power axe.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But this other one is more of a big, like a two-handed power axe, right? That this guy's holding?
Very much so.
Just in scale. Okay. Because I guess for Space Marine, it's probably more likely that we'll
but
get...
you can play it on PC, Aaron, so don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. That's so fucking...
Alright.
Let's get away from this. Yeah,
Here,
I can't believe that's playable on PC. Actually, yeah, the next segment is actually worth addressing, because this is the GOG thing.
An initiative dedicated to rescuing and reviving classic
games.
Warhammer
games.
And DRM free for generations.
And look at that. Games in the program, 162.
To come. The world of Warhammer holds a special place in the hearts
GOG
of gamers
is
everywhere.
very
Its
helpful
rich lore,
for
unforgettable
gaining
characters,
access
and
to
legendary battles have shaped
basically
the way we
games that
experience
Steam
strategy and
doesn't
fantasy.
have,
That's why we can't allow
or
these
sometimes
iconic
games
to
that are
become
broken
unplayable
on
with
Steam
time.
that
Today,
actually
we're
work on
thrilled to
GOG.
announce
Yes!
that 4 classic Warhammer titles are joining our GOG.
And so just adding on to that, you can play, I believe, Metal Gear Solid 2
Yeah.
in its like original PC form. I want to say they had like
On
the
GOG.
old ones too. Maybe 1 and the just the Metal just the Metal Gear games. Yeah, those old school ones. Then they have Silent Hill 4 on there, and they have the original Resident Evil 2 and 3, I believe, are on there. Yeah, so like and same with Alpha Protocol. They actually went and brought that game back from the dead and worked with devs that were at Obsidian at the time, and Alpha Protocol was like Xbox 360 era. Wait, was it Obsidian or was it BioWare? No, maybe it was Obsidian, I think. And a spy RPG essentially, and it was really cool for its time, and it's just a shame that we never got like a sequel or anything. But
preservation program.
GOG, man,
ensuring
for the
they
win.
remain fully
Like,
playable,
so cool.
DRM free, and accessible on modern systems for years to come.
And look at these old as hell games. Chaos Gate, Final Liberation, Epic 40K, Rights of War.
Yeah, Mirror Rights of War. So there's your Avatar Arcane.
Oh, okay.
And that Warhammer fantasy game is the Shadow of the Horned Rat.
Oh my god.
To celebrate Skulls 2025, we are giving away Warhammer
90% off.
Rights of War, along with a time-limited digital goodie bag, including great wallpapers and more. Go to GOG.com
That's so cool.
and make games live forever.
I like GOG, man.
Special for that.
I think the next part is where, more... Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get to the free game.
Trailer from a studio I've had the honor of working with personally.
Yeah, and Rahul Kohli, right? Worked with this. I love everything about this. We are about to get so good at typing. Out now, and it's free. Like, that's insane. Wait, did I lose you? Oh, hang on. I think Discord might have had an oopsie here, so hang on. Alright. So I just thought this was an update to the game, like a new DLC.
Yeah, additional stuff. But no, it's a whole separate game.
We're about to get so good at typing, though.
It's one of those things to where, like, I think it might be the sort of, like, maybe it's the first 1 or 2 levels of the original Bolt Gun. As a typing game, but that's just such a cool little thing to do.
I like it. Out now and free.
Free, yeah. What comes next? And then the announcement for Bolt Gun 2.
Yeah.
So it's like a bit more, a bit more corn focused.
2026.
Cool. Nice.
Awesome. Let's see. I think, was this one? Let me see. game was this? This had the Necron in it, I think. And yeah, there they are. With their little spiders and.
I think this is Mechanicus 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is Mechanicus 2.
And I believe you can try Mechanicus 1 for free right now. They're doing like promotions. A lot of these games are on sale. This looks really cool though.
Mechanicus is an awesome game. Like, it's a bit difficult to really get further down into. You have to kind of really sit and learn its mechanics, but it's a fantastic game and has what I would argue the best soundtrack of all Warhammer games.
Right, I think we were bopping to some of those songs on another stream or something.
Yeah, so just like, I'm excited for Mechanicus 2, but I'm more excited for Mechanicus 2 soundtrack. Because I'm like,
not even the
where
game.
do you go from what you had?
Yeah, how does it get better?
How does it get better?
Production capabilities and make the Necrons pay for every inch of ground taken.
Ah, this looks super cool. Okay, now we can't just have Rolly Boy. Like,
Rolly Boy? You like Rolly Boy?
what's going on here? This is
So Rolly Boy is a Mechanicus unit that you can run. What the heck are they called? They have a name. Let me see if I can find it here.
And he has like on his right arm like a plasma incinerator, but it's like the size of a tank. Like it's not like one that the Heavy wields in Space Marine 2, you know, it's like this is jumbo size.
Pictures. What is Rolly Boy called? Because I was also seeing a bunch of the other guys there. So that is the Cataphron Battle Servitor.
Oh my god. Even the name is badass.
Yeah. So he's one of the. Oh, that's nice. They did it in order there for release. Yeah. So he's a guy you can run. I believe they come, if you buy the box for them, they come in a 2-pack.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, 2-pack. I like that. Yeah, they just showed that like way too quick. You can't just show something like that and not
It's now within the Imperial
have any explanation.
It will be no easy thing securing our target amidst this destruction.
Luck has.
My god.
Keeps. Toil earns. Is the oath band ready to deploy?
Our hearts burn, Lord Greenyear. Where do we strike?
Wherever the wisdom of the Votan
And
decides.
this.
Wait, the guy?
So,
We strike.
these guys here,
Yeah.
this is the new faction that just got announced, that
What?
just got released a year ago, I think. These are the Votan. The Votan are space dwarves. So a long time ago, there was a 40k faction known. They were called the Squats. They were kind of sort of sidelined for a long time, kind of left to die. And then they decided, well, let's take what we have with the Squats, but make them into an actual more interesting faction and create the Leagues of Votan, which are a collection of different. So the Leagues of Votan is the overarching sort of faction, and then there are sub factions within it, which are the different leagues and fleets, because I believe the Votan are a much more nomadic style people where they travel around in these big fleets of ships, and they basically like looking for part of the reason they're pitching this alongside Mechanicus is that the Votan and the Mechanicus kind of have sort of similar goals of the cultivation and collection of knowledge and technology.
Okay.
Now, they don't necessarily agree with each other. There's a lot of stuff that the Votan do that the mechanics are like, you cannot do that. You are not allowed to do that. Stop that. But they trade with each other because they have stuff that each other wants. So it looks like for game 2 here, we're going to be able to either play as or call in favors from the Votan.
That'd be really cool. Now, this face shield, is that common, or is this just like the first time I'm seeing it?
That is common for the Votan.
Okay,
like,
just
their power armor is kind of it looks very spacesuit like.
Yeah, it really does. That's the vibe I was getting there. Very NASA here.
Votan decides.
And we got a whole group of them, so I don't know. It could be that we're either able to play as them, or they're showing up alongside, or maybe we get on the wrong side of them. Who's to say? And that's on everything. That's on consoles and PC. Okay.
Yep.
I don't know that the first Mechanicus was. Wasn't that PC only, maybe?
It may have started PC only and then changed over to include consoles later down the line.
I'm gonna have to play this.
I would 100% say, like, do, like, maybe an hour, 2-hour stream of Mechanicus 1.
Yeah.
And see if you like playing it, because it's a great game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think I already own it, so. This is interesting. I didn't think they were still doing stuff for Vermintide. I was very surprised when I saw this. I was like, oh, this is Vermintide, like 100%.
Yeah.
The Ratmen mean to use the Well of Dreams to send their
Well of Dreams.
So this is very much pitched as the final part of the Skaven battle.
The Skaven must be stopped, and we shall be the ones to do it.
So cool. I don't think I ever played like some of the new stuff that they added. Yeah, I need to go back. I need to check that out. Also, visually, I can't believe they pulled this off. The game's gorgeous.
And I think it's also better optimized than a certain other game.
Yeah, I don't understand. I can kill thousands of Ratmen on screen, but like once we go into Darktide, it's like. Okay, yeah, the merch.
Pause there.
Oh yeah.
So
Which
go
one?
back to there. So there's an example of the paintable Joy Toy figures.
Yeah. I'm interested in that. I really think that would be cool.
Never seen that Space Marine 2 controller before. That thing's pretty cool. I won't
Yeah.
lie.
I would like that. Or if they would just sell like faceplates, so you could just like click it on to the G7, you know.
Gaming sir, you want to get a partnership? Make a partnership. With
Game Sir, come on.
Warhammer, please.
You could make so much money. You don't even know. Oh my god. That looks so cool. Oh, okay, wait. Let me go back and read that t-shirt. The Codex Astartes does not support this action. And then on the back it says, but I'm looking forward to it. Oh my god, that's so dope. Okay, hang on. There we are. Darktide shirts, bolt gun, 20% off, gotcha. Let me see what was. Oh, the racing game, which looks cool.
This is Speed Freaks. Yeah.
Okay, I know the next one after Speed Freaks. Supremacy.
New command.
Once again,
Vigilant.
they got
Day
us
one.
with another trailer.
I deploy our first regiment.
Okay. I have an
Morale is high.
additional addendum to this once this trailer is over.
Okay. We got Astra Militarum.
But could always improve.
Chaos Space Marines, which... This is different.
Those are the Black Legion Space Marines.
Oh my god. They look so crazy.
Yeah.
Day 7. We join forces with the Adeptus
Like,
Astartes.
everything this trailer is showing, I'm imagining a game in my head, and I'm so excited. I'm like, yes, okay, like a
We drive
full-scale,
back the heretics in the north.
massive war RTS, and we're clicking around the battlefield and going to different areas.
Day
You know,
13.
hey, command
The
these
strength of our
forces here,
forces
command
has
these
attracted
forces
some
here,
unwanted
battle the
attention.
orcs here, battle the chaos over here.
Day 15. I sacrificed 21 regiments in a diversion attack.
Yes! Whoa.
Day 17. Our allies sell their lives dearly in battle with the orcs. Day 19. Our covert operations cripple the most powerful orc
Okay, and
faction.
those are like...
Day
I've never
19.
seen these before. These are like fighter jets?
Fighter craft, yeah.
Really?
It's something that kind of gets... There is a game involving the fighter jets, but it's kind of sidelined. So I believe, I don't know about these particular ones. The most well-known fighter craft are like the Armageddon Steel Legion, where they're mentioned in a couple different books and stories and stuff like that. But they are the Air Force designed to assist with the. They are part of the Astra Militarum Guard forces. They are the Air Force of the Army, basically.
That's cool.
19. Our covert operations cripple the most powerful orc faction, luring their own allies to turn against them.
Oh.
Day 30. Across Vigilus, our armies drive the enemy back. For the first time, men whispered of hope, even of victory. But I am certain this was only the beginning.
And then... Mobile and
So-
PC. Yeah.
I looked. So there's a couple things. Number one, I looked up the company that made this game.
Mm-hmm.
They also made a game called Supremacy 1914.
Mm-hmm.
It looks a bit more like it's a. I haven't really seen too much of it, but it looks like it's a bit more involved than a simple hexagon tap the things game. It looks more like a phone version of Risk almost. Of like different battle lines and stuff like that. What interested me more is like, okay, they're throwing around this planet's name, Vigilus. What is Vigilus? So I looked it up, and it's like, have I heard about this planet? It's like, yes, I have. So Vigilus, and I'm reading from the wiki here. Vigilus is an imperial hive city in the Vigilus system of the Segmentum Obscurus. It represents a terminal key route through what is known as the Noctum Gauntlet. There's a portion of 40k space that is just complete nothing but warp storm nonsense, and there is no way through it except this single line called the Noctum Gauntlet, and Vigilus is in the middle of that. So the game that we are seeing here is a conflict that happened on Vigilus, where eventually you had factions including, as we saw, Chaos and the Orcs. We also had eventually the Dark Eldar and the regular Eldar, all fighting on one planet. Vigilus's campaign basically is Avengers Endgame, where everybody showed up and fought on one planet. To the point that the guy who was leading the Black Legion, the Chaos Space Marines, faction there, he is a commander deputized by the big main villain right now, Abaddon. The leader of the Chaos faction that was sent to take over Vigilus, his name is Harkin Worldclaimer.
Oh my god. What a last name. We're just Worldclaimer.
So,
Harkin the Worldclaimer.
Like, this Vigilus was a thing where Calgar, the guy who comes to save Titus in Space Marine 2, he came in and fought on Vigilus. Backed up by a whole bunch of other stuff. Eventually, I believe Abaddon shows up, and then Abaddon and Calgar have a fight. Like, Vigilus is crazy in terms of what goes on it. So, to see it kind of get sidelined into a phone game is a bit sad.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
But to be fair, this does look a bit more... This interests me more than Tacticus, I will say that.
Yeah, I could agree. And I sent you a link to the playsupremacy.com, and it has like a few screenshots of like different areas, and it has like large little like figurines of Space Marines and other, you know, whatever characters, whatever factions are battling there. And it says 30-player or 64-player maps, long-term gameplay, multiplayer conflicts that unfold over several weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely more interesting to me than Tacticus, I would say.
And I do like the idea that you can play these on PC.
Yes.
'Cause that's so much better, and I'm a little worried about the Destiny game, because they haven't said anything about it being playable on PC other than through like an emulator, and I was like, I don't know if I want to.
Don't do that.
Dabble with that as much. But yeah, just kind of an interesting thing to talk about.
Supremacy Warhammer 40,000 team.
Okay, so we'll skip
really to be here at Skulls and present our new
well, actually,
Warhammer. In the metro,
they show like a little bit of just concepts of what things look like. Yeah, scrolling out on the map.
Looking forward to seeing you all in.
Wait, should I go back?
So
trying to gain control.
Okay, yeah. So the guys in the green, those are Dark Angels.
Okay.
Bottom right, you see that flag with the three green-headed Hydra?
Yeah.
That's a Chaos faction called the Alpha Legion, which that's a whole thing.
So they're really throwing everything, the kitchen sink in this game.
To be fair, that is kind of what Vigilus is a whole bunch of nonsense.
I love it though. That could be perfect. But why this? But okay, you know, fine.
And at Vigilus.
Because making a proper Vigilus game would
you all in the match.
Stupid and expensive.
And then here we're able to pick factions. We got Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, Orcs, Astra Militarum. And then it just kind of shows you, like scrolling through,
That's
what
cool.
What faction.
So those are all the different chapters of Space Marines.
I want to catch it like right at the beginning. It all goes really fast.
Marines,
yeah.
Astra Militarum or Chaos Space Marines, or
like everything looks cool.
The orcs and give the other players in the match a real good crumpet.
Your orgs.
Come to playsupremacy.com to tell us which faction you want to choose and get updates on Supremacy Warhammer 40,000. See you on Vigilus at launch.
Interesting.
Again, still looks. I'm more interested in that than any other phone-based 40K game I've seen thus far. Oh, statues.
Yep.
Oh, I saw these. So these are from Weta.
God bless.
They are so cool. They are so expensive.
They look expensive. I was like, yeah, this looks like a car
and they're
payment.
Massive too. Like they're the size of a coffee table kind of thing.
Yeah, look at them.
Like look at that shit.
Look at them in the scale to the humans. You know, like they're at least the size of like a bus.
Made, I think 3. There are 3 available to get.
Goodness sake.
So there's Abaddon. He's the big main villain of 40K right now.
Look at the detail. And then we
There's
got this
Saint
one.
Celestine.
Okay. Yeah, just casually painting it, no big deal.
And that's a fantasy. And then the other one is Titus, where there are 2 versions. I think if you buy Titus, you have the option of putting his helmet off or taking it off. Keeping his helmet on or taking it off.
Mm-hmm. Dude. That looks cool. But yeah, definitely don't browse that website.
Don't look at that.
No such thing as window shopping. Okay, Battle Sector, do you have anything on this game? Are you into it or not into it? Or
I've watched some stuff of it. It's definitely
the new faction
cool.
joined the fight with 16 new units and brand new HQ.
It is a proper
this match,
actual like strategy game.
Yeah.
It's a proper top-down strategy game, and I believe it is real-time strategy. It's not turn-based.
And Cadian Sergeant. Secondly,
because I did pick up Battle Sector and I was excited
with new unit
play
balance
it.
and brand new abilities.
Okay, so that's a big thing. Free major update with the Sisters of Battle,
To
right?
give you some new free units. This time, it's the Sisters of Battle and Orcs that will reap the benefits. The Adeptus
So what do they
Sororitas can
get?
Okay, so
They
this
get their
first group.
Stormbolters, yeah.
Why can't we have these guns? I want these in Space Marine.
Here's the thing, and the Stormbolter was in Space Marine 1, so we're honestly just waiting on it to be moved to Space Marine 2.
now count on the Dominions.
And is there at all, or is this out of the realm of possibility that these could be added as a faction to Space Marine, or is that like that would be outside of how Space Marine plays? It's like you'd have to like overhaul everything to add the sisters.
I think it's a little too far out of scope, and I honestly prefer them in either their own game or to show up in a different game as an additional faction or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there's really not anything for the ladies, and any of the girls that are interested in Space Marine or Warhammer. It's like you got to play these other games if you want the Sisters of Battle.
Yeah.
While the Orcs are gaining the much requested melee version of the boys.
Building upon the foundations of the Planetary Supremacy mode and heading towards new war zones, we're adding a new game mode called Crusade. Today at Scouts, we're releasing just the first version of Crusade. In the future, we're planning on improving and expanding it based on your feedback.
Okay, so they got... Oh,
the first
I was trying to pause
Crusade.
on that chart
future,
there. Factions, pick your war zone, your army. Yeah, it looks cool.
We're planning on improving and expanding it based on your feedback and suggestions. Crusade will challenge you to take your initial army and go through waves and hordes of enemies. We're also adding a new way to level up your army.
It's like a horde mode in a way.
And level up based on
Whoa, no.
I think so, yeah. Or more like maybe...
We're also adding a new way to level up your army. Units
you kind of go for like a run kind of thing. It's like, okay, I'm going to start with this faction and I'm going to see how far I can get kind of thing.
I gotta say, this guy doesn't sound happy to be there, you know?
No, that's one of the penitent engines. He's one of the Sisters of Battle units.
Oh no.
He is being tortured for basically all eternity until he dies.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. And I guess he's powering this. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Well, up based on how fiercely
Seems like
they're
it hurts.
fighting the enemy.
Deeds of the Fallen DLC.
There hasn't been new story content from us.
New
since
story
our initial
content.
release,
Wow.
But that changes today with the arrival of our new story campaign, Deeds of the Fallen.
That's
Welcome
crazy.
to Warzone Chalnath. Within this zone, we find Theracleo 4, otherwise known as Ashenfell. Once a world of great fire and industry, with boiling volcanoes harnessed to power imperial manufactorums. But with the Great Rift came a great stilling, and the planet is now just a ball of ash and ice. And now, a great orc war has descended to spread
orc
fear and
war.
destruction across the planet. Into this
There's a lot of
realm
people
ash
saying
and
"wah"
fear
in the
represents
comments.
Canoness Cilicia of the Order of Our
It's
Martyred Lady, accompanied by Sister
it's a
Hospitella
very popular
Durentia
thing.
and a mobile strike force of zealous Zephyr.
Oh my gosh,
She has
they
been
look so
dispatched by
cool.
the Ecclesiarchy to assault the orc flanks and relieve the pressure around the bastion of Fortress
Okay,
Combat
yeah, I
Incendia.
guess,
This campaign is 12 missions
Battle
long,
Sector is
and
a
also
bit
adds 3
more-
new units for the Sisters of Battle. for
It's
using
more
both
like a
the
board
Deeds of the
game,
Fallen campaign
honestly,
and in
like the
other
way
game
that it
modes.
plays.
As well as the previously mentioned Zephyrim, we are also bolstering the Sisters' force with the Imagifier. And
Magifier.
thirdly, the Sisters will gain
Oh my
access to the
god, that thing
Castigator
is a
battle.
pain in the I don't have
Magifier.
one, but let me tell you that the stick of plastic that holds up that banner is way too goddamn thin. It is a pain in the ass to build that model.
Oh my god. That's rough.
And thirdly,
That looks so cool though.
the Sisters will gain access to the Castigator battle tank.
Castigator battle tank. And I guess
There will
they're
also
not
be
done
something new,
there.
exciting, and a
Yeah.
bit chaotic coming towards the end of the year.
Black Legion.
Nice.
Which was in the poll of other stuff at Owlcat. And Battle
no,
Sector's
that was
doing it.
That was Black Crusade.
Oh, Black Crusade, okay.
Yeah.
Unleash Destruction. And that's on consoles and PC.
Yeah, Battle Sector's on. I didn't know that. What how it plays on a controller?
Imperium of
And you
Man
got the
stood
displayed
for
stuff,
10,000
which looks
years.
dope.
guarded by the
Got
might
another
of
card
the
game.
Space
Let me
Marine
gloss over
and
that.
mankind's numberless armies. But
Another card game.
and the threat of chaos.
Then I think. Yeah, the Warhammer Plus thing, I think it's right at the end of their commercial here, where they talk about this new armor chest plate that you can get for Space Marine too, as long as you're a subscriber. I might actually sub. I kind of want to start watching some of this, just to kind of get a taste of everything.
If anything, it's worth it to see these animations.
Yes, that's what I'm keen on.
Some of the animations are pretty cool.
Yeah, all of that looks really cool. Subscriber only miniatures? That's crazy.
So yeah, if you sub, you gain access to get. I think there's like, I can't remember how it works, where it's you have to sub to be able to buy the miniature or something like that. So there's the exclusive chess piece.
And it says Sergeant Mataurus. Is that how you say it? M-E... It's like Taurus, but the word me is up front.
Yeah. Yeah, and that looks like it's just for the Bulwark.
Interesting. It looks gorgeous. I have to get it. I have to have it. Like, wherever they're hiding any cosmetics for this game, I have to have it. That's cool. Okay. Okay, I think Dark Tide's up next.
We are entering the
dive
home
into
stretch
that.
now. we've saved some of the best for last. Brutal Judgment comes to the Morningstar with a new playable DLC class in Darktide.
And this is the first class that they're adding to Darktide after how many
A
years?
classic Warhammer 40,000 game returns.
When did
Check it out.
Darktide come out? 2018?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Ah, dude, can't believe it's been that long. Ah, Shark. Come on, guys.
Attention, scum.
Okay, first off, the big thing here is that this is literally like a Judge. I'm pretty sure Judge Dredd says this in the movies and even in the comics. Like, this is such an homage.
Yeah. And the fact that it's shot where it's just his face, it's just the lower jaw, basically.
Yeah, that's on point. These guys are scared, dude. They are not ready.
Go, dog, go. Go, dog, go. Go, dog, go.
That's so cool. Everyone getting picked off. Oh. The organs, dude. The way the organs come in. Oh.
Again, Just for Kids soundtrack is probably my favorite part of Darktide.
It's so good. Man.
It's the music.
And look at your boy. He's just so tricked out. So, in terms of gameplay, can we kind of imagine what this would play like? Darktide's different than the other game,
I think it's on the Steam page.
Oh.
So, say for example, I'm thinking in terms of somebody like the Ogren in Darktide. He has the charge forward move. With Psyker, it's venting your excess psychic in the blast. Guardsman, it's the lock in and get the better firing on your thing. Zealot, it's the charge forward and get increased melee. I believe with the Arbites, your special class ability is Dog. It's Dog, kill that.
Dog. We're just gonna like push a button and then the dog will just target whatever.
Dog will come out and attack stuff. So I'm feeling that Dog will be very useful for like special opponents, say like the Chargers and the Trappers and stuff like that. It's like, Dog, get rid of that. Yeah, I'm not sure what else uniquely that Arbites will have over everybody else.
Would he have that shield that we saw, or is that okay?
I believe that is coming. Is it he? So like Ogren has a slab shield as well, but he will have basically a human-sized slab shield.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, let me pull this up. So it does show him standing there, and it shows him with the shield. Yeah, so we do have pictures of the shotgun and the shield. Okay. Yeah, and command your own Mastiff, Cyber Mastiff. That's crazy. Huh. Yeah, I think everyone's gonna want to play this class when it comes out. That's the problem. That's going to be an issue.
Yeah, is you're going to have nothing but Arbites only games.
I wonder how the game's going to run with everybody sending out like 4 dogs at the same time.
Go! My frame rate goes to 10.
Oh my god. You can't do that to me. That's crazy. I think that's great. I'm excited. They did a collaboration with Rust. And next is Space Marine.
Siege mode.
Yeah. Okay, and this is our first glimpse at White Scars, right? Right here are some of the customization for that. I think, right?
Yeah, is that the White Scars champion armor?
We'll get a bigger glimpse at it here in a moment. Yeah, and what's interesting here, there's a moment, I'm trying to pause it when it happens. It's like, this siege mode's gonna be, yeah, right there.
two Carnifexes at the same time.
Yeah.
That's a fucking thing.
Like, I know you can, in the harder difficulties, you can face, like, multiple of the, is it the Extremis or Terminus?
Yeah, Extremis.
Extremis, okay.
Quality. Or I think, yes. I always forget which is Extremis and which is Terminus.
Yeah.
It's one
I
of
think
the two.
Terminus is
Boss
like
category monsters you can face multiple in lethal or is it lethal or annihilation now? I can't remember what the highest
I think it's
difficulty is
lethal
anymore.
There's absolute and then there's lethal, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. So there are ways of facing multiple Carnifexes, but seeing it just happen like this is quite something.
Yep. There is.
And then to say that just, the Bile Titans are just going to show up now.
How? Like, that was a whole mission with very specific mechanics to kill it. How are we going to do it this time, you know?
I imagine that where we're fighting, there are las cannons available for us to use, and they will come active when Bile Titan shows up.
Well, actually, yeah, I think you're right. We see a little computer screen back there that says offline. There could be some stuff there. And by the way, this is the Blood Angels customization, which will be applicable for all classes, right? Like, we can select all these. It's not just like one character. My God, it looks cool. And now we're seeing the Dreadnought, right?
Yep.
Which, to my understanding, this was in Space Marine 1. Right?
So I looked at what they said, and the way it's going to work is I believe this siege mode is going to play a lot like the survival mode in Gears, where you earn points across the different waves, and then you can spend them on different things. So ammo resupply, health resupply, up into call in additional AI Astartes teammates or AI Dreadnought as backup.
Yes! Yes!
So
dude.
They haven't said anything about playable Dreadnought yet, but I have to imagine that's coming at some point.
Right.
So what we're seeing there is somebody called in the Dreadnought as an assistance.
Ooh, okay, because I was about to analyze some of the screenshots that they sent, and I was like, why are there 4 Space Marines on screen? Why are there also, like, a bunch of Cadians running around? And then why is there a Dreadnought, you know? Like, like, they're not, and they were very firm that this is only 3 players, like, so that's what threw me off.
So that's June the 26th.
My God, and it's on the playtest server June 4th.
Doom for a whole 16 days, and then it's like, nope.
That's it, brother.
Get off.
That's all we got. Yeah, sorry. We got to serve another emperor over here. Like, we got work to do. I think
they're
I have
putting
the
it out on the
screenshots.
public test on the 4th. So I bet from those public test stuff, people will make videos and stuff of showing off how siege mode works.
I believe I have some images right here. Let me see if I can share those with you. Or actually, they were in the blog post, but I'll see if Discord will let me send it to you. yeah, there's 6 images right there.
Mm.
And
so you see, holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, so I was super theorizing, but I guess now that you kind of brought that new information, it shows.
There's White Scar Champion.
Okay, yeah, let me tab to that.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's getting the jump pack.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Which
that's for
I
the
find
assault.
Very interesting because I don't often see a ton of White Scar's jump pack units. Generally, especially that config of armor, I'm generally used to seeing it on they ride around on these really cool like motorbikes basically. But it's pretty cool because there's a lot of. So already I can see from that champion armor, we have the big ponytail top knot piece to their set. We've got all the additional stuff and stuff on his belt and chest, and then the gauntlet on his right. Do you know what that is?
No.
That's a falconer's glove.
Oh shit! Really?
Because the White Scars are very Mongolian inspired. There are pictures and pieces of artwork where they have like pet falcons that they train to hunt stuff.
That's so cool.
So yeah, they incorporated the falconer's glove into his champion's armor.
Look at the knife. Look at the knife customization. That looks so cool. Even the hammer. Even the hammer looks cool too. Yeah.
So I believe that hammer is that's the one that's at the top of the ordeals tree.
Oh, that's the one I already have then, right?
Yeah, that's the ordeals hammer, I think. I think it is.
It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't often see it in that detail.
With that lighting, yeah.
And if we look at the Blood Angels one, that one looks really cool.
That's really nice. Yeah, they got all the right stuff there.
God, it looks so cool.
That's really cool armor.
So do the yellow and blue helmets mean anything at all? Because I know you said the white is like what, like officer classes, like higher ranks?
Yeah, it's different ranks of them. I can't remember what blue and yellow exactly represent, but they are basically different ranks of Blood Angels.
Definitely. I dig it. Okay. Let's see. We got this one image in the bunch that has 2 Hellbrutes, a Dreadnought, 4 Space Marines, and Cadian Guardsmen running around.
Yeah, so that is... Holy shit. Is that? No, it's a hammer. I thought they had I thought the guy with the assault pack had a power axe, but
oh
no,
yeah, I was
hammer.
like, oh okay. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it is it. So we got him, we got a tactical, a vanguard, and a heavy.
Yeah, so assault, vanguard, heavy are, I bet you those are the actual players, and then the VI tactical marine behind the assault trooper is an AI.
Yeah, because he's kind of just basic. Like he doesn't look all super customized like everyone else does. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So that combined with your call-in Cadians and call-in Dreadnought is how that fight's working.
No freaking way, dude. We're never leaving this. You know what? Grinding those prestige ranks, it's not going to be so hard with this. I mean, you're going to want to play. You're going to want to like switch characters and level
I feel like
up.
this is going to be almost more fun to do than like doing missions over and over and over again.
True. We have done that.
I feel like I have a point where I kind of tap out on missions where I'm like, Okay, I'm done. I've done these enough. Whereas this, it's just like, all right, let's just see how far we can get. How many waves can we survive?
And have they mentioned if there's like a cap, or is it just endless?
So the way that it worked in Space Marine 1 is what you would have is that it was survival against orcs.
Yeah.
For you would go 5, I think it was like 3 or 5 waves, and then you would go to a different location. 3 or 5 waves, go to a different location, and you do that, I think, a total of 4 times. And that would cap off the orc chapter, and then anything from there was progressively harder and harder waves of Chaos Space Marines that were intended so that you would eventually succumb to overwhelming odds.
Okay.
So what I wonder about here is if we're going to see, say, we fight nids, and then chaos shows up. Or it's going to be sort of, oh, this is survival. This is wave-based survival against nids. This is wave-based survival against chaos. Pick which one you want. I would prefer a mix. A mix would be almost more fun.
Yeah, I agree. That would be super cool.
So I don't know if there's going to be a cap this time around.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, we will have to see.
Be really cool to see how good we are and how long we can survive, man. Because we've been playing for a while.
To see how the difficulty scaling works. Where do we pick the difficulty at the start of things, or do we load on in? And it's like wave 1, you're on recruit difficulty. Wave 2, wave 5. Oh, we're going up to tier 2, and that's how they do it. Where not only are we adding more enemies each wave, but also slowly the knob for difficulty gets cranked higher and higher.
And honestly, 2 hell brutes sounds insane, and as does.
Or that final picture in the group of 6 there, where it's 2 Carnifexes.
Yeah. It's insane.
Or actually, I think there's 3. There's one in the back there.
Yeah.
There's 3.
Wait, let me find that image. That's crazy. Yeah, there is 3.
One in that group.
There is 3. Oh no, dude. I feel like 1 is overwhelming. Like
1 is a problem because we all often have to focus fire on it.
Yeah.
But oh god, what I'm not ready for is like, say, 1 or 2 Carnifexes and then a Neurothrope on top of it.
Oh no.
Because then we're going to be having to play, like, dodge the projectiles while trying to fight 1 to 2 Carnifexes.
Yeah, while trying to, like, melee, parry, shoot. And dodging balls coming down from the Neurothrope. Like, come on.
I'm very excited for Siege mode.
There's another image where the Hellbrutes, like, duking it out with the
Dreadnought
in the background, and then we've got Thousand Suns all over the place, and our Marines, just kind of showing the scale of the combat. Looks really cool. And this is what freaked me out too. Yeah, because we see like the assault, we see like a Marine here with the chainsword, like a tactical, and then we see a Vanguard, and then we see a Bulwark in the back left there.
Yeah.
So that's what kept throwing me for a whirl. I was like, that's not right.
3 people.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of AI teammates. In the unmodified version of the game.
Oh no, just wait till they mod it. At least 12 players.
When mod team gets a hold of this, that's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna go way up. It's gonna break your computer.
16-player lobbies plus AI companion.
Yeah, full scale battles, man. If they won't give us Total War, we'll make it.
We'll just fucking make it.
Okay, and then I think the last image that we haven't seen has the Dreadnought and the Bio Titan and like a Space Marine in the air. So we got him, and then obviously we got some boys on the ground. Looks awesome. I'm here for it. I'm even more excited with that extra information that you've offered. I mean, that calling in some AI and having it play like Gears of War is huge W.
Spending all our fucking credits on Cadian Guardsmen.
Yeah, it's like, no, trust me, guys.
Health. It's like, no, more Guardsmen.
No, trust me, guys. The Guardsmen will get us through. The fodder for the...
We're fucking bleeding out on the ground. More Guardsmen have arrived.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Well, and I guess the other thing that could happen is, what if we're fighting chaos and then they turn the guardsmen into those little, their heads pop and the little spirits come out, and it's like, look, Texas, look what happened to your guardsmen, brother. You still sure about that decision? Now they're fighting us.
Mind controls them all, and they turn on us
instantly. Just instantly takes them all out. Yeah, that's so cool.
Boy,
it's gonna be really fun. But I have to say, as someone that's played a lot of Gears Horde mode, especially with when they start adding more things, there, like turrets you could put down and fences and laser grids and all sorts of cool things. Like just the idea that we're able to like buy backup is really exciting to me. Yeah. So if there's anyone to steal from, I think Gears of War has been the best at Horde mode. Okay, I think... Oh yeah, the last thing is the Dawn of War stuff that we wanted to talk about, right?
Dawn of War Definitive.
After we look at another merch, which...
Oh, is this another? Oh my goodness.
Cable sheets, cable anchors.
PC. Oh my god.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's the Secret Labs Ultramarine chair. Yeah.
And rising desk and it's got like a computer
with a case in it. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. That's crazy. Sorry, I can't be that big of a Warhammer fan. That's out of my wheelhouse. That probably costs a lot. Okay, here we go.
My face is my shield.
You get a glimpse at like how the old school cutscenes work.
Yeah, and how small they were.
Yeah, because it's like 480 or something, maybe less.
That's all our monitors could handle at the time.
Yeah. No, I have to play this. And this is, I think TX was saying this is co-op?
Or
is there like a skirmish mode?
Dawn of War 2 is co-op campaign.
Okay.
Dawn of War 1 is not.
And these are Blood Ravens. Yeah.
You can play skirmish, and I believe you can play teams skirmish.
Oh, okay. We got our Blood Ravens going up against these guys. God, those CG scenes look so good. That's your dreadnoughts. Look at them go. Okay, wait. There's this part right here with the dreadnought that gets those. Yeah, and he like.
Yep. Well, this is the game that kind of like it didn't start sync kills, but it popularized them.
Oh my god, it's so crazy. Wow.
And the school goth.
Wow. Oh. Okay, and this is this the Necron here?
Yes. Okay. So the thing about Definitive Edition here is that it's not just Dawn of War, the original game. It's all 4 original Dawn of War games. So Dawn of War 1, Dawn of War Winter Assault, Dawn of War Dark Crusade, and Dawn of War Soulstorm. It is 4 games in one package.
How much are we talking about here?
You don't have to own 4 separate Steam games now. You have
just own
one game, and it will allow you to just pick which one you want to play.
Oh my god. How long are these games if there's 4 of them? Like full-fledged campaigns or would they be comparable to DLCs?
It's weird because Dawn of War 1 has a proper story campaign where you go from mission to mission, and it's really just a pretty linear campaign. Winter Assault, you kind of have a couple different campaigns to play from, because you can play Marines campaign, Guard campaign, Orcs campaign, and Chaos campaign. Dark Crusade becomes a goddamn board game where it's control the entire map, and each individual chunk of the map is a skirmish fight.
Oh.
But then you're also playing a longer term game of like environment control and making sure that you've got bonuses and resources. Honestly, Dark Crusade's probably the most fun to play. Dark Crusade is the most fun to play. Original Dawn of War 1 and Winter Assault probably have the most interesting story. And then Soulstorm is the most fun to mod because it has the most things in it.
I like it.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna have to play this. Absolutely. And this is the Sisters of Battle here?
Yep. They come in Soulstorm.
Okay. God, that looks so clean. Once they
the Living Saint.
My God. Okay, and then
original game with the Necron monolith.
Oh my God. We're not ready for this. If this is like coming in Space Marine 3, or I assume
we're done.
I assume they're saving the Necron for that.
You can't stop a fucking monolith.
Right? Like something's gotta happen. Like they're gonna give us, a couple years of Space Marine 2 content, which I'm, overwhelmed by what they've already given us. But like if it builds up to something like that, where we're fighting this. Goodness sake. Okay, who's the Grim Reaper guy right here that they showed for like 1 second? Hang on. Yeah, right here.
I believe that's a Necron unit.
Really?
I believe that might be a Catan shard. It's basically a Necron super unit. He's really powerful. And say like the guy the Penitent Engine, the guy who's getting tortured on that giant robot, that's the thing that's fighting the Grim Reaper right now.
Against his will.
Yeah.
And these are, who are the ground units? Are those sisters?
They are Sisters of Battle as well. Those are Repentia. Repentia are kind of like, they are Adeptus Sororitas units that kind of, they deviated from prior orders or basically committed some level of treason. So they are now, the rest of their time is spent as Repentia, repenting for their crimes. And basically they can either do enough service as Repentia to be fully repent in the eyes of the God Emperor and basically reestablished into being a sisters unit, or they die.
Wow. That's insane. And the lack of armor is
that's another thing where they're like, you fucked up. You don't get armor.
You don't get
Here's double, like, two-handed chainsword and some cloth.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Wow. I'm surprised they even give them that. That's crazy. Goodness sake.
Super goth.
Oh man, this scene is so crazy. Banner up. Oh.
There is no such thing.
All 9 armies,
So,
all 4
there it
campaigns.
is. 4K support,
Yeah.
upscaled textures, improved camera and lighting, which is actually a really big deal because the original camera in Space Marine kind of sucked because it was designed for Pentiums where you could barely see the fucking game. And most importantly, 64-bit encoded mod support. Because that is what has kept Dawn of War 1 alive for the last, I don't know, 20 years, is the modding community. So to hear that all that hard work that the modding community did is just going to be like, all right, we take the files and we go, huh, and we put them in the new game and they just work.
Oh, that's cool.
Because it would be so sad if all that work that those modding teams have been working on just like doesn't work in the new version, or was like the game was wrapped up in security coding so that they couldn't mod it anymore.
Right.
The fact that modding support is one of the core features of this version, it's just like, yep, they know what they're doing. They know who's been playing this game.
Huge W. You got the VR.
Okay, play after this.
Yeah.
Just hit play. I want to see here. Did I? Yeah.
So you got the board game here.
The board game for Dawn of War.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it's got little figures going through grids.
And Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, what the hell? Interesting.
I guess this is for like, this might be a good introductory thing of like if you were just getting into Warhammer, is like this is kind of like a more introductory version. Yeah. That's interesting.
Got like character cards and different things. I still want to get the Space Marine one. I just want to have it. I think it'd be really cool. But yeah, this looks cool too. Interesting. I think after that, this is the VR thing.
Yeah, the VR game that's only available at playable arenas.
It's like, I think it's like 8 or 10 players, maybe, if I remember right, something like that. We just hang out on Avarax and duke it out.
Kill dudes. I hope maybe they find a way to port this to actual VR headsets, because if they did, I feel like we wouldn't see Jay for like a week or something.
For real, and with these guns too, I would really love to have
these guns are really cool.
Super immersive. They're having way too much fun.
Yeah, Defenders of Avarax. Lethal difficulty for it.
That's insane. Okay, now this is another big one.
Peggy 18.
Save this one for the end.
Yep.
Now this game's already accessible on PC in its original form, but if you wanted it on console, like you had to have the Xbox 360 disc or the PS3 disc, and I think that's why we might not be getting this for PS5 is trying to bring over PS3 games So I don't know if it's just going to take them longer to cook it up, or they just kind of gave up. They're like, no, it's like the way we had to do things on the PS3 to develop games for that was a whole different strategy.
Actually, let me see here. Space Marine 1. Yeah.
Because like it's the reason we haven't gotten Metal Gear Solid 4, and we might finally be getting it. Like it might come in that Master Collection too. I hope, because we need it for preservation's sake. You know, I still have my PS3, but like, you know, I already had one time where I've had to get an entirely new like disc tray thing replacement. So they don't last forever, fortunately. So this is a huge move for preservation overall, and for people that want to play Part 1 before they jump into Space Marine 2. And there's a lot of value in that. But here's the other thing. Modernized controls and interface overhaul. So yeah, we got the new radial, or no, I think they had a radial menu, but this is...
this is a much nicer looking radial menu.
And same with the health bar, which took up like I think the bottom part of the screen, like all through the middle, which was great for recording like vertical shorts of this. I had all my assets in the right place, but like, you know, that's the way we did old games. These are, you know, sort of newer UI. And I mean, everything looks good. Like I would have been happy with just maintaining the original character models, but improving them even better. Remastered audio. Yeah, you're gonna love that final boss fight.
So my bit here was gonna be like, alright, we modernize everything else. Did they make the last encounter more manageable?
We might have to play it just to find out. Is
The
Aaron raging at the end?
Is that all the footage and whatnot that we see here is all from the campaign.
Yeah.
Does this version include a touched up version of the multiplayer modes? Or is that... is the Mastercraft Edition only the campaign, basically?
I was too busy trying to figure out if there was a physical copy that I could get on Xbox. So that was my big concern. But yeah, okay. Let me just type in multiplayer and see if we get anything.
If they say anything
bringing
about
that over. Yeah, a lot of the information, and like the fact that it's coming to Game Pass as well, like they know what they're doing
Game
here.
Pass. Yeah.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. Yeah, I am not. Because usually when they do remasters, like a lot of times they just do the campaign, and that's kind of a bummer. Because I think they've done that with several. Trying to think of like what other games that they've done that for. Call of Duty. I think they did some of the Call of Duty remasters, but didn't bring back the multiplayer because they didn't want to like ruin the multiplayer of their current games that are out.
Right.
But like in sake of preservation, I feel like you should bring everything forward.
Yeah. So it might be a thing if that information is just not available at this time.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. It'd be really cool. I think that's it.
Also, that's the same day as Dune Awakening.
Fucking hell. I mean, if there's a physical copy.
What else is coming out on the 10th? I think there was something else that was coming out on the 10th, right?
I have a whole list. Hang on. Got a whole list, brother. Don't even worry about it. And I'm pretty much planning to get all these games, and that's the problem. Oh, not to mention the Switch 2 comes out on June 5th. So like I'm already going to be like, "Oh, I want to play Mario Kart and all these other things." Okay, so Dune Awakening, Mind's Eye is so the freaking Leslie Benzies cyberpunk Grand Theft Auto-esque, game, which it's meant to be like an action adventure, but apparently it's also open world. Like that comes out June 10th, and then The Alters on June 13th, FBC Firebreak, which is the Control game that's Left 4 Dead-esque, right? That's coming June 17th. The Rogue Trader is June 24th. Like, it's an insane month already. And then Death Stranding 2 on the 26th.
Right.
It's a big month. big month for Aaron's wallet.
Big month.
Or credit card. And it might be some credit card building up there. My God.
Yeah. Huh.
And not to mention, we have Night Rain May 30th, so we're already going to be dabbling on that every now and then.
Yep.
But yeah, just everything that's coming in the first few weeks of June is insane. Insane amount of games. So we have a couple other videos that we want to look at, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me pull up. Or actually, I don't think there's much to go through on the Space Marine. Their blog post. I think we covered it.
See a lot of it, all the different pictures and stuff there.
Yeah, so we can skip that. Horus Heresy, new edition cinematic trailer here. And I haven't watched any of this because you mentioned you wanted a reaction here, so we're gonna be.
I want to see how you react to this.
Completely fair. Okay, all right.
I was there when he painted this.
Okay.
An oddity among his schematics and calculations.
Terra, Mars, Luna.
This seemed to help him. A way he could express the enormity of his plan. Not if the legions are successful.
Sign language.
It depends
Okay.
on how deep the rot goes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let you react, and then we'll kind of go through the trailer afterwards.
Okay. Yeah. It's my boys! Oh. Uh-oh. Are they about to get shredded? About to kill my salamanders? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, no. You can't just show that for like a split second. The fuck? I was trying to make it through without pausing, but the Pauldrons, brother. The fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
You know what? We'll come back to it. We'll come back.
Yep,
Never mind. Never mind. Just gotta observe it. That's all. Jesus Christ. And those are plasma cannons, I guess. Fucking hell, this guy. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, he's trying to burn in and get to the pilot, I guess.
The attack failed.
Oh my god.
Half of the legions now stand with Horus.
You're surprised?
In the end, I suppose not. Do you wonder if they might be right? many will sympathize with their rebellion.
I am the Emperor's spear. What I think doesn't matter.
What now, then?
We make ready for a war that may never end.
Dude loves his war. Oh, and okay. At the bottom of the screen, we got the beak helmets just sitting there.
Yep.
So what is this? This is an animation? For a show or something?
Here's where I sadly have to crush some dreams.
Oh no. Oh no.
This is an animation to promote the sale of new models.
No.
This is not for a game. This is not for like a film series or a TV series. This is literally just to promote the sale of new plastic.
New plastic.
Games Workshop likes to do this shit all the fucking time, where they burn so much money on this gorgeous CG, and everybody screams at them to make like a series or something like that.
Not even to promote the book either, is it? It's just like, no, it's for figurines.
So opening shots here, we're watching Constantine Valdor standing in the golden palace of the Emperor on Terra. Looking at the mural of all of the Emperor's sons, the Primarchs, and talking about how the Emperor has this grand plan for the universe. And then he's talking to this lady here, who I believe is Aramdara Kendall, the leader of the Sisters of Silence. So, as you kind of saw, Kendall doesn't talk. She signs everything because she's taken a vow of silence to kind of uphold her thing. The Sisters of Silence are a super cool faction that don't really get a lot of talk as much as they really should, because they do some really cool shit. God, fucking just this shot alone of how good Trajan looks with his full Captain General's armor.
So what is he? What is his
He's a custodian.
Okay.
He's remember earlier in the showcase where we saw the custodian, the guys in the gold armor.
Disappointing.
Like
he looks so cool.
The fucking phone game.
Yep.
This is what they're supposed to look like.
Oh, dude.
Is this shit? Yeah.
Okay. That's so cool. Goodness sake. How deep the rock goes. Okay, so what does he mean by that? Is he I don't know too much about Horus Heresy, but
yeah, this is actually probably my favorite storyline in 40K is, well, it's not even 40K, it's technically 30K, is the Horus Heresy storyline, where the Emperor had a bunch of different sons. Each of them are the leaders of their own Space Marine chapter and, at the time, Legion. So say the Blood Angels, their leader was a character named Sanguinius. So each of the legions had a leader. One of the legions, the Luna Wolves, was led by Horus Lupercal. The whole Horus Heresy saga is watching Horus turn away from the Emperor and kind of see it like, oh, his plan makes no sense. I don't agree with his Imperium. I will burn it to the ground. And we see the birth of basically Chaos Space Marines.
Interesting.
Space Marines who are influenced by the powers of chaos. So in our conflict part here, the trailer that we're coming to, we see
right here.
What is the 4th Legion, known as the Iron Warriors.
Oh.
And then the Salamanders. So Salamanders have all their new fancy tanks. The Iron Warriors have their defensive guns. And I believe these battles are taking place in and around the Isfahan system, which is a big fucking event in the story.
Huge battle.
Again, I watched this and I go, God damn it. Like, this is just to promote plastic, but I want a series where you see this shit show up.
Yeah. This is so cool. So are these plasma cannons that these guys are rocking, or is it something else?
What I would say is pull up the other video I sent you, because the other video explains what these dreadnoughts are.